Oh. Hey, at least when I get up in the morning, I don't have to do a whole lot of stuff to get dressed.
No.
Hello, Annette. How are you?
All right. How you doing?
I am blessed and I am highly favored. I am doing well. Hello, movers. How you doing? Listen, y'all. We're so grateful to be here tonight, and we thank you all so much for tuning in. You could have gone anywhere else with your time, but you chose to come right here, stop by here with your favorite co-hosts, myself, Anita Faye Wilson, and my partner, Annette L. Anderson. You've chosen to come by here and have this conversation with us. We're so grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. But listen, we just love y'all so much. You have tuned in to Movement Worldwide. This is Can We Talk? Y'all, can y'all say Can We Talk? Can we talk?
Yeah.
Can we talk? Yes, we can. We can. We can talk, and and listen, you're gonna join in the conversation with us. But you
Yes.
the Can We Talk brought to you by Movement Worldwide. We are a motivational organization there to educate minds, empower, nurture, and transform. We are a movement to move. Yes, we are a movement to move, helping others thrust into their purpose to live the best version of themselves and win. We've tapped into some winners information with winners resources seated at the winners table, and we invite you to sit right along with us, right in that.
Yes, that's right. As you, if you just look over Anita's head and you see the table, that's just a small table. Our table is much bigger than that. So we looking forward to you sharing with us on tonight. We got something to say. Thank you.
You heard her. Y'all heard
We
her.
got
Oh, we got shut in the
we got
shade.
something to say.
We got
Yes,
shut
we
in the
do.
shade. You what you got in there? You got some what?
To say.
She said she got shut in the shade. Well, she got shut in the
We
shade,
got
but
something to say.
I got
To
shut in the
say
shade
tonight.
too. So listen, since my partner has said we got shut in the shade, then we're gonna get around this. We're gonna get around to sharing what we got to share. Y'all feel me? So with all of that being said, we're going to go into our conversation tonight. And like I said, think you guys could have gone anywhere else, but you chose to come here and have this conversation with us. We don't take it lightly. We're going to go into our conversation. But before we do, we want to ask you to do a few things for us. Number one, give us a little shout out. Let me get some hellos because y'all are a little slow coming in tonight.
Yeah.
Give us a little shout out or two and let us know. No, Anita, we here. We are like the people say, we here. We here. We here. Let us know. We here. We're ready to have the conversation. We ain't going nowhere. What is it? We was say movement. Are you with me? Oh yeah, we have it. Okay, we gonna start right there before they
Oh,
catch
that's right. I'll get ready to go into.
it. And then you were ready to go into my. Oh
Like
yeah,
what?
we ain't going nowhere. You was about to go in. So before we go in and get taken out, excuse me, y'all. You see, I had to draw my eyebrows on because chemo's taking my eyebrows too. So I drew them on. So y'all let me know if I did a good job or not. But y'all give us some hellos. But before we go into our conversation, I want you to do a few things for us. The video that you're watching, we have expanded our territory now. We are on Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly known as Twitter, and we're on Instagram. Instagram Live is only an hour. So if you're watching on Instagram, we do apologize. It will cut us off after an hour. There's nothing we can do about that. And we used to go like hour and a half, hour, 15 minutes, something like that. So, but we are there. But whichever one you're watching, please go hop over to the other platforms and make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to all of our channels. Follow us everywhere on social media platform, especially where we're streaming. Also, hit the like button, that thumbs up. When you hit that thumbs up button, it will put a heart or a like under our video, under our picture, whatever. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And we just want to know that, you know, you all are with us, that y'all, you know, you hanging out with us, you love us, that we're reaching you, we're doing whatever. So please hit that thumbs up button. I'm going making sure that I got mine in right now. Hit my thumbs up. Bing! I've hit all my thumbs up on all my platforms. So I want y'all to do the same thing. Go to all your platforms, hit the thumbs up, let us know you're here and everything, and then share it. You can share it to your DM. You can share it on your pages. You can share it. You can click that link on YouTube and you can share it as a text message or as a WhatsApp or in emails, whatever. Just share it. Just take a few minutes and share. Send it out. Send out the love. We want to hear from you. I know it's a little rainy. Everybody should be home, so you could kind of tune in. We're not losing all of our little stuff that easily. We still in here. We're talking. We're having conversation. It's raining on the outside, especially if in South Florida. South Florida is underwater right now.
Is it?
Fish, yes, we are flooding. We feel like fish down here flooding in the flood waters. Yes, we have flash flood warnings. We had tornado warnings today. So please pray for us in South Florida, but we're still here. So hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that share button. The other thing you can do is sow a seed. We're a nonprofit organization. You can sow via Cash App, $Movement Worldwide. You can Zelle us at info@movementworldwide.org, or come into covenant partnership with us by becoming a patron. And you want to know how? You want to know where to go? Should I tell them, Annette?
Yes, please. Tell them, Anita.
Take you out of your mystery. Just bam! Go to Movement Worldwide, hit that red button at the top. That button will take you to patreon.com. Set up your account, set your amount. Let us know. Listen, also, there are most of our patrons who signed up for more than we asked for. We asked for $12 a month, 40 cents a day, $2.80 a week. So please, ma'am, please, sir, make sure you sow a seed. Good seed is a good soil. We'll always pray that it returns to you 100-fold. And then everywhere that you see that globe, see that globe above Annette's head? Everywhere that you see that globe, everywhere that you see that acronym, that is us. Follow us on all social media platforms, Movement Worldwide. And you can also email us your thoughts, views, comments, praise reports, prayer requests, topic ideas to info@movementworldwide.org. Now, without further ado, we're going to go into our conversation. Oh, we have a few people on here.
Yes.
Hello, and they will say hello, kindly saying hello as always. And then say, okay, movers and shakers, come on in the room. And then Francesca came in the room. All right, Francesca. Good to see you, chica. All right, we waiting for our other people to come on in. We need y'all to come on in and join in this conversation, because let me tell you something. As Annette told y'all earlier, we got Shant and Shay. So without further ado, I'm going to get straight into my Shant and Shay. We're going to start off our conversation, with those idioms and those phrases, those topics, those things that make you go, yes, they do make you think, don't they? And we call that our transformational topic. Well, tonight, our transformational topic is very interesting. It is right your wrongs. Right your wrongs. Let me tell you something about this, though. Because when I first started really, I don't know if this has happened to you, Annette, if you can relate to this, but there comes a point in your life that you say, you know what? I need to straighten up and fly right and stop with the bad character flaws and things and just brushing it off like it's nothing and really try to change. Have you ever come to that point in your life where you just conscious decision? Yeah. I mean, sometimes, sorry y'all about this, my eyes are running. Sometimes you will have some experiences in life, and those are things that you may not share with everybody, that you're dealing with your shortcomings or your wrongs or your whatever, and it's okay, but there comes a point, and it's usually later in life, you really take a moment and look at yourself and you see life differently. And then I don't know if this has happened to you, Annette, but at some point too, you actually come to the conclusion that, you know what? I have lived this way for so long, and I have been telling myself that I'm okay, that I believed it. But when I look at myself in the way, the way that people see me, the way that I give them to see me, I don't like what I see.
Yeah. Come on.
Now I really want to change. And one thing, this is the main thing, I wish I would have thought this way in my 20s. Because it probably could have spared some relationships, some heartaches, some heartbreaks. But anyway, I want to get into it. Right your wrongs, it simply means to make amends for past misdeeds, whether yours or someone else's, for whom you can speak or act. You want to just make it right. Even sometimes when your family member does something very strange, your kids do something stupid, and you take it upon yourself and say, you know what, I apologize on behalf of, I don't know why he did or she did what she did, but I just want to apologize to you as a person of the family, let you know that we're going to really try and make this right. Sometimes you just have to step up. So it means atoning and apologizing, and is righting your wrongs. The wrongs can be minor or major, personal or impersonal. But this quote came from Don Quixote, which is a literary figure who was bent on righting wrongs. So with all of the pressures in our lives, Most people are trying to hang on the best they can, especially in this day. It's rough. Much less, make progress in righting wrongs in their lives. Righting wrongs in your life can involve coming into contact with people who really have no desire to see you again. This may cause this may be because we were the person who did the wrong to someone else, or we may be the person that someone else has wronged and they don't think they're wrong. Either way, we are presented with the unpleasant prospect of tearing the scab off something we experienced in the past that has caused us pain. So here's the thing. There's a scripture that I found, and I was reading this today in the Message, and it really spoke to me. It's pretty long, and I'm going to read it into your hearing. I think it's going to bless you. From Proverbs 3:27 to 25 to 35, excuse me. It says, never walk away from someone who deserves help. Your hand is God's hand for that person. Don't tell your neighbor, maybe sometime or some other time, or try me tomorrow, or I'll call you in the morning, when the money's right there in your pocket. Don't figure ways of taking advantage of your neighbor when he's sitting there trusting and unsuspecting. Don't walk around with a chip on your shoulder, always spoiling and waiting and looking for a fight. Good morning. What's good about it? Don't try to be like those who shoulder their way through life. Why be a bully? Why not, you say? Because God can't stand twisted souls. It's the straightforward who get his respect. God's curse blights the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the righteous. I love this scripture. He gives proud skeptics a cold shoulder, but if you are down on your luck, he's right there to help. Wise living gets rewarded with honor. Stupid living gets the booby prize. So this is wisdom. And that's what it boils down to, Annette. When I got to the point that I said, you know what, I am going to change, and I'm going to change. I'm going to make better with my words. I'm going to taste my words before I speak. And there are some people that I know that I wronged. And I maybe not have seen it that way in the past, but I'm going to go and I'm going to make amends to that person. You have an ought against your brother, go to them, talk to them. Now, if they don't want to talk to you, that's what that. Listen, you've made your effort. If a person like, don't call me ever again, cling. I just hear me out. I don't call me again, cling. All right, I'm done. There ain't nothing you can do about that. Yeah. But at the end of the day, what you can do is make an effort, and God knows your heart. He sees. He sees your effort. So it is worth it to right the wrongs, because when you do that, some great things happen. And that's where I'm taking my word from. Y'all know I like to take a word, a verb, and deal with it that is something in our title or around the title of the transformational topic. And I like to deal with it, the verb, from a transitive and intransitive tense. A transitive verb needs an object to make sense. An intransitive verb makes sense without one. The transitive tense of the verb right. Right came in verb, adverb, noun, adverb, and verb. So when we're talking about righting wrongs, it's a verb. So this verb transitively means to justify or vindication. So when you right the wrongs, you vindicate everybody that's involved. Isn't that awesome? The intransitive tense means to become upright. And when you become upright, it means that you are marked by strong moral qualities. Now, wouldn't you want that to be said about you? Then the opposite, child, you don't even know it. So I would rather be looked at as though I'm a person who expresses strong moral qualities. And then when I do approach someone or deal with something from a space of righting a wrong, then I am vindicating the situation, for not just for me, but I'm also freeing and liberating the person. So that is our transformational topic tonight. Right your wrongs. Your thoughts, Annette?
Yeah, when you were talking, I wrote something down. I just had this epiphany, good or bad. I said, sometimes your right was right, but due to situation and or your environment, your right is not wrong. But we have to right the wrong that is perceived by others. Even though we may have been right, but other may have perceived it by it being wrong, but then we have a responsibility either way to address that. And you may have been right, but something, because of this situation in my life where I was right, but I had to say, you know what, even though I know it's right, and I know they were wrong, but I'm gonna still make this situation right. Not that I be vindicated, that hopefully if I offer olive branch, that thing that they perceive was wrong, they'll see that it really was right, and they really know my heart. Yeah, so sometimes you are right, but you know what, Anita? Sometimes you can be dead right,
Mm-hmm.
and you will stand. I'm right,
Come
and I
on.
don't care. But sometimes, even though you're right, there has to be enough. You have to have a characteristic that say that, you know what, I'm gonna bite this bullet,
That's true.
and I'm gonna make this thing right. Yes, and when I went through that situation, I didn't go in there like I was. Oh, I knew I was. No, I already knew I was right. Of course, they did too. But if me offering the olive branch changed that situation, it was worth it me to do that than to me walk around my chest out saying I was right.
Right.
So sometimes you're right, but you may have to give up your right, maybe in a sense for the wrong, to bring a rightness into the situation.
Come on. You saying something.
Yeah.
You're saying something right there. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Somebody said something. I think this is Alexis. I think this is Ida's daughter, Alexis Harrison family. And she said, it's also soul healing. Now that you learned that lesson, you can move forward to continue to learn and grow. And that's true. It grows you up. You mature through the process.
Mm-hmm.
You mature through the process. And that is what's important as we, grow as Christians. That's what we're supposed to do. We grow, we learn, and we mature, we advance. So right your wrongs, people. Just right your wrongs. Tell them that. Tell them to right their wrongs.
Right your wrongs, honey.
Right your wrongs.
At the end of the day, it's worth it.
And then I'm like you tonight.
What?
I think my sister took my mug and washed it. So you're going to have to tell us tonight. Listen, I said, I think I did like you tonight, and then I don't even have my mug. So it's in the kitchen. Sorry, y'all. So Annette's this is time for our toast. So I'm Annette tonight without my mug, but y'all have your mugs. Come on, bring them out.
Come on now.
That was our transformational topic.
Can we talk?
It's time to shift gears. Yes, I thought that was my niece, Alexis. Hey, Alexis. That's our baby, Annette. She's grown up with her own family. Lord. I know. Alexis, just to think about Alexis being grown up, she's been raised by the whole village, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Literally raised by the village.
Literally.
Literally. Okay, so now we're going to pause for a moment. A little bit of we're going to have our little quote, our saying, our short story. She's our linguist, our wordologist, our quoteologist, author, speaker, extraordinary, exquisite design, soar, hey girl, all those wonderful things, gifts, you name it. Annette L. Anderson, all things Annette L. Anderson. Yes, Annette L. Anderson. So we're going to pause for a quote from the quoteologist herself for our Annettism. You still have time to share. So continue to share while we're out with the Annettism. Don't go anywhere, because we're coming back with the next phase of the conversation, and you want to be here for that. So we'll be right back in about a minute and a half, y'all.
His hand has crafted skies so wide, with tender care and endless pride. Through trials faced and shadows deep, his promises we cherish and keep. A beacon in the darkest hour, he shelters us with boundless power. With open hearts and hands we raise, our voices high in thankful praise. For every breath, each given day, we walk with him our steadfast way. In love that knows no end or bounds, his spirit in our souls resounds. A guiding light, a peaceful dove, God's eternal, unyielding love. So, as we journey near and far, we see his mark in every star, in every heart, in every face. We find the touch of God's embrace. This is Annettism's expressions. All righty. All right. All right, it's time for the power tool. Yes, there are some matters and experiences that causes people to become hurt, fractured, or broken spiritually and emotionally. Sometimes it just takes a conversation to mend the broken heart or spirit. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone about it. In some cases, a band-aid won't do it. You need a power tool.
Power tool.
Okay, our power tool tonight will be a reality check. A reality check. An occasion, it's really an occasion that causes you to consider the fact about a situation and not your opinion, ideas, or belief. Anyone who experiences any level of anxiety understands what it's like to feel like you're drowning, feeling as though everything in your life is piling up on your chest until you can't breathe. It's almost like I call that elephant on your chest. Managing a career, personal life, bills, student loans, and so many other things can become overwhelming. At the end of the day, though, what does it matter? Too often, I find myself wrapped up worrying about things I shouldn't be worrying about. When I step back from the issue and take a deep breath, I realize that I'm spending my time and energy stressing over something that won't matter in a year or a month or even 3 days. There's never a bad time to give yourself a reality check. Think about the important things in life, and everything else will figure itself out. And here are three examples of everyday dilemmas when you need to give yourself a reality check. In other words, you got to step back from the situation. We sometimes make it bigger than what it is. Things that, and I say this all the time, things that almost took me out 2 years ago, I don't even bust a sweat now because I had to give myself a reality check and I had to look at the situation and say, is this worth me stressing out and stroking out? Okay, I okay, if the mortgage is due, if I don't have the money, I can stress to the end of the day. I still don't have the money. Many people spend every waking hour of their lives living in the past, wishing for do-overs and a chance to make things right again or different. I've been there, but it's no. I don't have a problem looking back, but I can't wallow in it. I can't stay there, because it tires you out and you can't do anything about it. Anyway, we wallow in our sorrows and worry about things we said or did to ourselves and others. And I've been there. But sometimes we got to have a reality check. And what Anita was talking about earlier, there are times when we have to say, you know what, I'm sorry. Even if I didn't do it, you have to do a reality check. You have to look at your life and you have to tell yourself, I'm bigger than that. I don't have to stay there. So what if you don't like what they may have done, and they may have done you dirty and nasty? But every now and then you got to do a reality check. Say, where am I? I know we want to talk about what everybody else did and how they did you wrong, and the list go on and on. But when was the last time we stopped just for a moment and start looking in that spiritual mirror and really begin to say, God, I know I may have been right, but I've done so many other things wrong. God, I was right, but maybe I didn't handle the situation right. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day to work with. So why are some people getting more done than others? Mm-hmm. Why? Start using checklists or planning to manage your time. If you're tired, always telling people you don't have time for things but to make time. If something or someone is important enough for you, you will make the time. This is a harsh reality. Sometimes we just have to do a check. We have to check ourselves and a reality check, because sometimes we cause ourselves so much emotional turmoil, and we carry so much baggage, and some of us have not unpacked that suitcase in years. We like carrying that heartache, we like carrying that disappointment, we like saying woe is me. But you got to do a reality check, because God has work for us to do. Whether you like it or not, you're going to fail. I don't care who you are, you're going to fail. Some people thrive on failure. While most of us sit in the dirt for a while, feeling sorry for ourselves. I have wallowed in the dirt a little bit, feeling sorry for myself. But I don't thrive on faith. Some people, I don't care what you say, it's get on my nerves so much. I don't care when you say, how you doing, girl? It's been tough. I be looking like, I really want you to shut up, because you got to do a reality check. Because I'm going through, if I really told you some of the stuff that I've gone through, I'm going through, you would be surprised I'm still standing. So we got to do a reality check on ourselves, and don't allow pity to become a part of who we are. You're carrying that suitcase full of pity, all this stuff, and you got to release that. And this is why you got to learn how to let that go. If you accept failure as part of the plan, then you can work and recourse when you find yourself flat on your face. Okay, sometimes failure is part of the plan. Why? Because if I had not failed there, I would not be as good at another place. Me and Anita was talking about me and social media. When I first started, I was absolutely horrendous. I could even attach different documents, but I never gave up. I could have said, you know what? No, okay, that's it, Nita. I can't do this. No, I had to do a reality check. I said, girl, you better get yourself together. You got to figure it. I started going online and trying to do my own little studies. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But I had to fail. And now that I'm able to do certain things, I feel good about myself. So if you accept that faith is part of the plan, then you can work. You'll be okay. It's all right if you fail. It's all right. Even growing up, you fell off the bike and skinned your knees. It's all right. It's part of the process. It's all right that things didn't always go the way you wanted to. But I had to learn something, Anita. I had to learn that life is beautiful, but it's also hard, messy, and exhausting. Exhausting, and sometimes sad. But that's just a harsh reality. But we got to check ourselves. Life is many things, but it isn't perfect. Let me say that life is many things, but it isn't perfect. You need to accept that fact in order to be happy. That's the harsh reality. Our time on this planet is short, and our lives are best spent doing the things we love, the things we've been called to do, the things that God, even before we was in our mother's womb, God had already predestined for us to do. And our lives are best spent doing those things we love. We were born to some of us were born to hold a job, to pay rent and bills and die. Oh yeah, I know that's going to happen. But between me being born, paying rent, and to die, I plan to live in between, that little dash in between when you was born and when you leaving here. I plan to live that dash the best that I can. But I understand that I had to do a reality check. You have to do what inspires you, make you bring joy to your life. You need to be motivated. Get around somebody that's positive. If you got that friend that's always dragging, still love them, but leave them back there dragging. Pray for them, because I need somebody to motivate me, because I know I can. I get to the place, sometimes I get complacent, but I had to get a reality check. I had to learn how to use my time wisely, because there's not enough time in the day. I know we say that, but then we have to look at our time. What are you doing with the time that you have? Because you start cutting out some of that stuff, some of that internet that we really don't need to be looking at anyhow. Talk to yourself, Annette. But if you love to cook, make time to cook. If you want to travel the world, make time to travel. Start booking flights, and it's just a harsh reality. I don't have the money. I can't do it. We do everything else we want to do. You may have to save a year, but whatever. You got to get a reality check. Life is not black and white, but rather many shades of gray. You start suffering from imposter syndrome, which is you're trying to be something you're not, instead of being who God called you to be.
Come on now.
Some of our problems. We walking in arenas you ain't got no business walking in. It's like you trying to. I know these young ladies. They live in Georgia, and they made an album. They were horrendous. I would never tell them that, but I want to say, listen, girls, maybe y'all should just speak and not saying, we got to make sure that we walk in the arena that we're supposed to walk in. We need to get a reality check. I know you want to sing, baby, because you don't even know the scales. You can't even hit notes. You're out of breath. You got to do a reality check. And finally, Colossians 2:18 says this: let no one cheat you out of your reward. Don't let nobody tell you what you cannot do. If God has already called you, taking delight in false humility and worship of angel, intruding into those things which he has not seen, vainly puffed up by his fleshly mind. Sometimes we get so caught up. But listen, baby, you need a reality check and ask God to show you. Let me tell you, one of the most humbling times of my life, I thought I had it going on. I thought I had it like that. I thought I was all that in a bag of chips. But one day God gave me a reality check and told me, baby, you're not even the bag nor the chip. right? There's some things I got to do in you. And so when I start seeing me in some of the nasty ways and some of the things, I had some good qualities, but I had so many qualities that was overridden on the bad part, was overridden on the good ones. And so I had to get a reality check. And when God showed me, I weep like a baby because I said, God, finally. I mean, I didn't like it. I don't know who like to be reprimanded, who like to be told they ain't all that. But when he did that, Anita, what it did, it opened me up to be able to walk in some arenas that I would have never walked in. I'm going to stand in places that with kings. I'm going to be in places where I don't even know what language they speaking. But baby, I'm going to be standing there smiling like I know what they're saying. Why? Because I had to get a reality check and make sure I line up with what God has showed me to do. And so that's it for me tonight. I went on kind of long.
Listen,
but yeah.
It was needed because you done preached a mouthful tonight. I said, if I had a call to discipleship song on the broadcast, I would play the call to discipleship song right about now. But since I don't have the call to discipleship song, I just go ahead and let the dog sing. Oh gosh. You done preached the mouthful tonight, got the dog shouting, got the people shouting. Hey, it's going on over here. But anyway, thank you so much for that, because you're right. We have to, so often though, in this lifetime, we don't. Hey, Gloria, I know that's right.
Later wrong for that.
I know, because we don't like to see the truth. And when you say, God, show me, that's a boo-hoo. What do you really want to see? Do you really want to see? And some of us don't want to. You don't want to listen. When God show you how ugly you are and how short you come and how low your standards are and everything else. And then when you can look at that in comparison to what God really means for you to have. Yeah. It's like, you know what? You don't know what all God has in store. Yeah. You don't know what all you've missed, and you don't know what else lies ahead. Mm-hmm. But the best thing is to get in right standing with God so that you're in the right place when the blessings come. Amen. Amen. Because you done preached a mouthful to the cheering tonight. And that was it. That was good, y'all. So thank you so much for that power tool. It's been a rip-off time, but now it's time for us to go to those topics. I love that's the fave. So y'all really don't want to go nowhere right now. We're going to pause for a commercial. Still haven't redone them. They still got some wrong information, but guess what? We got some new stuff that's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. We cannot wait. We've been turning the corner. So we're going to be excited. We're excited for what's to come. But anyway, we're going to show you these commercials and we'll be right back. Still share. Find everybody. Reach out to about 5 more people while we're on this break to bring them into the room so we can get these topics going. All right. We'll see y'all in about 2 minutes.
Walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction with Power Walk Sunday. Each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on multiple platforms. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbwell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with the Andersons. Each and every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live on multiple platforms. For more information and other services, visit AnnetteLAnderson.com. Your faithful co-hosts, Annette and Anita, along with the best mods this side of heaven, are live on Clubhouse in the Movers and Shakers house with Operation Manifestation every Friday night at 8 p.m. You don't want to miss this fiery conversation. If you don't have your copy yet, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. Another milestone reached. Get your copy of The Wow Effect by Anita Faye Wilson, available on all platforms, or you can visit AnitaFayeWilson.com. And you can always catch us live on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. for Can We Talk? Join us with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Get yours today. They're $15 and that includes shipping. Sow good seed into good soil. You can sow a seed into Movement Worldwide via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, Zelle at info@movementworldwide.org, or by becoming a patron. You can visit our website at movementworldwide.org, click the red button, go to patreon.com, and set up your account today. And remember to follow us on all platforms. Like, subscribe, click that notification button, and don't forget to share. It's that time. Tea Time Topics.
It's time for Tea Time Topics. Tea Time Topics. Go ahead. Tea Time Topics. All right now. Ooh,
all right, Nita, go, Nita.
There you go, girl. Ooh, ooh, I see it.
Hey, you see I'm on beat, but that's all right.
Oh. I was looking there, going to the side, do twice on the other side.
What I need to do is be still, because if I start moving, I'm gonna get off beat. Yes, I am.
All right, now it is time for our Tea Time Topics, y'all.
Yes.
All night for that. Go from the news, the good, bad, and the ugly, keeping it light, but keeping it real, and giving you a dose of Black history. All right, now, so for our first Tea Time topic, we're going straight in. Bam! Yeah. Wow. And the funny thing, Annette, I love the pictures you chose for this. I love the It's like, what? I'm guilty? That's what it looked like. You said, what? For real? Wait, Dad. Am I really guilty, Dad? On Tuesday, Hunter Biden, which was just yesterday, was found guilty on all 3 felony accounts connected to his purchase of a revolver in 2018. Prosecutors claimed that the president's son lied on a mandatory gun purchase form that he was neither unlawfully using drugs nor addicted to them. 2 charges carry a penalty of 10 years, while one carries a maximum penalty of 5. Yet, given his status as a first-time offender, it's likely he'll receive a reduced sentence if he receives prison time at all. He may serve on parole instead. Following Hunter Biden's guilty verdict, many took to social media to express their thoughts on how the president's son reacted to the decision. Nobody is crying or melting down. One ex-user wrote, Jill Biden and Hunter rushed to the car without taking any questions from the press pool outside. After the verdict was read, Hunter nodded and patted his lawyer on the back and hugged him. Doesn't sound like he's too worried about it. President Joe Biden released a statement similar to his past statements on the situation and said, and as I said last week, I am the president, but I'm also a dad. He began per CNN. Jill and I love our son, and we are so proud of the man he is today. So many families who have had loved ones battle addiction understand the feeling of pride, seeing someone you love come out on the other side and be so strong and resilient in recovery. The president of the United States said he would accept the outcome of this case and will continue to respect the judicial process. He also confirmed that Hunter will be appealing. Jill and I will always be there for Hunter and the rest of our family with our love and support. Nothing will ever change that, he concluded. And he also said he would not pardon him, which, you know, yeah. So unlike some other people who be trying to pardon criminals, but your thoughts?
There was a couple things bothered me. Now, the same ones was running around talking about, oh, you know, we have a drug epidemic in this country. So now that, this man got drugs, I didn't like the case because they tried to say he wasn't on drugs at that time. How you know?
Right.
How you know? You ain't. I've been around drug addicts. Most of the time they on drugs.
No, you don't know.
You don't know. But that was okay. And I know they expected the carry on like Trump. I ain't do. I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
I'm innocent.
Yeah.
Just a witch hunt. Everything.
So it was classy. They didn't act the fool. And we accept it. Unlike them, we accepted
Exactly. You wouldn't even accept that you lost the doggone presidency.
Which is funny. They don't want to accept
Nothing.
the president, but they ain't got no problem with Hunter.
Exactly, because they went after
that's
him.
all right. Well, let's see. Hunter, what he got? 3 charges, 4 charges? At 34? Okay, come on.
So
yeah.
You got 3. You got 3 times 10 plus 4.
But I will say this about Trump. I will say I did read something when somebody asked him about Hunter and drugs, and he said, I had a brother that was on drugs. That's a bad thing.
That's the best he could do.
But for him, that's amazing.
That was amazing for him. Yeah, but you know what? I heard years ago, I remember when, because it was no secret that the pastor of the church I was at the time just could not stand the Bush family at all. But when President Bush's daughter, I think it was one of his daughters that was addicted to drugs and had some problems while he was in the White House, and he was like, kids are off limits. I don't care if they're grown, they're still your kids. He said, I'm a father, and I'm not going to go there with him about that. I'll deal with the political issues, but I'm not going to deal with the problems that his son has had. And that's noble when you can just, separate that. And the other thing is, he's a dad. So of course he's going to, for his son, he's going to stand right with his son, no matter good, bad, or indifferent, because that's what you're supposed to do as a parent. And it's not that like I left this one up, because it's the truth. Not the first time a president's kids have acted up. It's not. Been many, many times.
Listen, they say Donald Jr. on drugs.
Thank you.
I read way back.
Long time ago, read about that.
Yeah, the boy.
So be careful, because what's done in the dark, will come to light. So just leave the man alone. Let him handle his business. Let him be there for his son. Go handle your own 34 counts.
That's a full-time job right there. Go on, do that.
But yeah, hey, it is a done deal. We don't have a sound for it, but it is what it is. You're guilty, and you're going to handle your sentence, and your parents going to be there for you through the appeal that you decide to do, or whatever you do. It is what it is. So our thoughts and prayers go out to that family. Drug addiction is not an easy thing to deal with. It is not. All righty, come on, fellas, take us to the next one.
Moving. We keep it moving.
Okay, this is an interesting story. So stupid, I thought. A Wisconsin school superintendent took out a restraining order against a man who was just charged with disorderly conduct for shoving a district leader to prevent him from shaking his daughter's hand during her high school graduation ceremony. Michael Eddy had to be escorted out of Barrow High School during the May 31st ceremony after he pushed the superintendent, Dr. Rainey Briggs, in full view of the graduates and their families. Video from a live stream of the ceremony captured the moment. Eddie stormed the stage and pushed Briggs just as his daughter began walking toward a line of district officials. 2 off-duty police officers and a school resource officer had to restrain Eddie, I guess it may be Edie, I don't know, and lead him out of the school venue. He was charged with disorderly conduct for the incident. An officer determined the push was pre-planned. Wow. Do an investigation. According to the police report, Eddie, I'm gonna just say Eddie, told police that he and his child have had past issues with Rainey and disliked him during the ceremony. Eddie wanted to prevent Rainey from having the satisfaction of shaking his daughter's hand. I got a funny feeling he wouldn't have been satisfied one way or the other. No. So he went onto the stage to prevent that from happening. Police also interviewed Dr. Briggs, who told them he didn't know who Eddie was until a few days after the ceremony. He said Eddie's daughter had been disciplined in school once, but he never met or interacted with her or Eddie. Briggs said he had no idea why Eddie reacted the way he did. Briggs also told officials that when he returned to the stage after Eddie pushed him, he was constantly monitoring the crowd out of fear and anxiety that someone else would come after him. Wow. Police said Eddie expressed remorse for his action solely for his daughter's sake, not Briggs. What about all the other children?
Right.
A judge also approved a temporary restraining order that forbids Eddie from contacting Briggs. In a petition, Briggs filed for the order. He wrote that Eddie approached the stage quickly and put both his hands on me to push me out of the way, stating, "You're not going to touch my effing daughter." Like, Really, why?
Really?
Boy, bye. Briggs stated that he created the space in an effort to separate himself from Eddie and told Eddie, "Get your hands off me." Briggs said Eddie then tried to push and prod him, and that he put his hand out to keep Eddie away. Many people accuse Eddie, a white man, of racism from preventing his daughter from making contact with Briggs, who appeared to be the only black person on the graduation stage. The police report does not cite racial motivation as a factor in the incident. What we do condone, we do not condone is engaging, threatening, intimidating, or physically harming behavior against anyone in our school district community. No employee of the school district or Baraboo, should fear for their physical safety when fulfilling their job duties at any time, the statement said.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I did read something. He's now the white dude there with the yellow shirt on there. He said that he had a meeting one time with Briggs. Something was going on with his daughter, and Briggs. Was it Briggs? And yeah, Briggs rolled his eyes, and he took offense to that. I said, he rolled his eyes in a meeting, and that's why you. But he said after he rolled his eyes, he just never liked him, and he never liked him. So you get up and interrupt all those other students because their parents were there to support their kids too.
Right.
And I have a feeling Briggs don't care if he touched your daughter's hand or not. It was formality. Yeah. Yeah.
Listen.
I said, what an idiot.
I think I would have had to push him back.
Sorry. Listen, when
I
they
had to push him back.
around, his foot would have been in the air because I'd have pushed him all the way to the floor.
How would his feet
in the air, his head way up like that? Because I would have pushed him down. Don't put your hands on me.
Don't put your.
You know what
I mean? She would have had his feet up in the air like this.
In the air. Oh yeah. Because that guy didn't know you could have had a knife. You could have had anything. He didn't know
anything. Well,
and that's what he said. He said he was upset. They met, and they were talking about whatever was going on with his daughter. That Briggs rolled his eyes, and he thought that was offensive to him. So he had planned to do this because he felt like he was disrespected because the man rolled his eyes. I said, so you interrupted your daughter's
ruined. That's what Elena said. He ruined his daughter's. Elena Oria said he ruined his daughter's graduation because that will forever be etched into her graduation.
And those other kids sitting up there waiting on their turn, and you done come there with that foolery. Darn your hide.
Got it. About darn your hide. Woo! All right, fellas, come on, take us to the next one. It's getting heated up in here.
Moving. We keep it moving.
Alrighty, this right here.
Your story, Anita. Your story.
Woo-saw. A 73, let me say it again. A 73-year-old Texas preschool teacher has been arrested. She's been arrested. Has she been arrested, y'all? Yes, she's been arrested. Why they arrested the 73-year-old lady? She was accused of physically assaulting a 4-year-old Black child under her care, according to police. Linda Ann Dwyer, who is white, was charged with third-degree felony assault following the alleged attack on November 3rd, 2023 at Princeton's ISD Canup Early Childhood Center in Princeton, Texas, just north of Dallas. The incident was captured on video surveillance, allegedly showing Dwyer grabbed the small boy, slammed him against the wall, and then slapped the child nearly off his feet, family members said after viewing the disturbing footage. Whew. Hold on a second, y'all.
Oh boy.
Jesus. Okay. The school did not immediately report the incident to the police, allowing Dwyer to remain on the job for another 6 months before she was finally taken into custody on May 14. Both parents said they thought the teacher would be arrested immediately, but then a few months went by where they did not hear anything about the case, so they called the Princeton Police Department for an update. You know, I don't get this. He's 4. He can't even hardly stand up and can't hardly walk. Both parents said they thought the teacher would have been arrested immediately. Okay, so they called the Princeton Police Department for an update and were shocked to find that the school never brought it to their attention. Even the lieutenant was like, I don't understand why they didn't contact us, Gregory Thomas said, according to CBS News Texas. The Collin County School District confirmed that Dwyer was placed on administrative leave the same day as her arrest, but officials did not indicate whether she is still receiving her regular pay no more than 2 weeks later. There were also no immediate indication that Dwyer was ever reprimanded or suspended by the school over the incident. After she was indicted on March 28th, the indictment accuses Dwyer of causing physical injury to a child with intentional bodily injury. A magistration hearing the day after her arrest set Dwyer's bond at $20,000, and she was released from jail pending trial. Back in November, when the alleged abuse happened, the school notified the parents that their son had been locked outside during recess, adding that there was a video of what happened and requested them to come in person to view it. The Thomases were not prepared for what they saw. She grabbed him, swung him around up against the wall, and said something to him. And then she slapped him, almost knocked him off his feet, Gregory Thomas said. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe she did that. The child's parents, Gregory and Salem Thomas, sued the school district the same week, alleging the school administrators never reported the abuse to the police while seeking unspecified damages for their son Aaron's pain and suffering, which they said had left them crushed. First of all, I would have had to get to her before they got her in jail. If we had anything else to pick up. Why would you do that to a 4-year-old child? 4. Oh, he's a Wusafe. 4 years old, Annette. So just look at all your children and grandchildren at the age of 4. And this woman had done that to your children. Your thoughts on that?
Well, she'd have had grass in her hair because I was going to drag her.
You're right. Yolanda said, she's been doing this type of thing for years. I would imagine some of the other staff conduct themselves in this manner as well. Apparently. Shoot. That's why you have to teach your children to tell on everybody.
She looks so rough. Bless her, hard hitting. Beating them. She better be glad that the parents, and maybe they thank God they the kind of parents that didn't do anything. Because baby, I'd have had to drag in the grass, put grass all in her hair. I wouldn't hurt her, just drag her, and then I'll take her back in that seat, and then slap her right and throw against the wall and say, "Now see how that feels." Of course, I'm going to jail, but
right.
I probably would.
Child, they would have been. Listen, they'd have been. The headline would be: "Woman drags woman to graveyard." And leaves her there and calls the police to come and arrest her. I was sitting right there. Yeah, I done killed her. Okay, no way. The energy will return to her, and she is already up there in age. That's horrible.
Yes.
It's true. And that's the thing. You know what? That's what's telling how long she has been doing this and how many times she's gotten away with it.
Yeah. What kind of foolery is that?
That is some real foolery.
Maybe she's just old and bitter. Sometimes you have some people who are so bitter and mean and malicious. And she looked horrible. Maybe look in the mirror. She said, "Dang, going it.
I'm just ugly and miserable and old, so I'm just gonna display all of my
slap me a little helpless
child. Slap me a little child, dummy." Well,
shame on her. I don't care about her age. Shame on her.
I don't care either. I would have had to drag her. I would have broke all her fingers. This the hand you used to slap my child. Snap, 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 snap. I broke all 5 of them. I don't slap nobody else. I'd have took that and bit them all the way back. Snap, snap, snap.
Oh, you're going to snap the old lady fingers. I just
snap them out. Snap them out the socket. Snap, snap, one at a time. I sure would have.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he's a helpless child.
He helpless, yeah.
A helpless child. A child at 4 years old, they don't know nothing. They can't hardly do nothing for themselves.
No, he's a cutie.
They're looking to you for guidance. I would have snapped them out, Connie. Snap, 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 snap. All 5 of them. Probably would have got both hands just to make sure you don't slap nobody with either hand. All right.
She knew what she was doing.
Brother, come
Anyway,
on and take me off of this one because I can get my bearings back.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
This one ain't a whole lot better.
No, it's not.
First of all, he looked older than 60. A 60-year-old Florida man was arrested after a shocking video showed him choking and violently shaking a 10-year-old boy by the neck at a Sunny Isle Beach playground on Memorial Day. Later telling police, I needed to teach him a lesson. Oh boy, who's out to me? Robert Sandy Marcoux faces felony charges of battery by strangulation and aggravated child abuse, according to arrest warrant issued on May 27. Now, this was in Florida, by the way, y'all.
Yes.
He was jailed at Turner Good for Night Correctional Center. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. Before a judge set a bond at $5,000, ordered him to stay away from the victim. The choking incident happened at Gwen Margolis Park on North Bay Road. It was filmed by another child who, see, kids now are very savvy. Filmed by another child who grabbed his cell phone when Marcoux confronted the young victim over a minor altercation involving his son. Now, see, I got a problem right there. Your son needs to square up and able to handle his own business. Marcoux' son and the victim attended the same school and were involved in an ongoing dispute when another disagreement erupted on the playground, and Marcoux decided to settle the score, police said. The disturbing incident occurred as the boys were play fighting with water guns when the roughhousing seemed to trigger Marcoux, who grabbed his son opponent by the neck with both hands and shook him like a rag doll. Boy, if I was there, I don't care about being a woman. Oh, he was going down. The man grip cut off the boy's airway and temporarily prevented him from breathing. The victim father told police at the scene. The Sunny Isles Beach Police Sergeant Melissa Moreau and Marco said Marco took matters into his own hand and overreacted to what was basically child's play, knowing that the two boys never exchanged blows. But he wanted to teach somebody something. He went ahead and approached the other child and proceeded to choke this child. This is what the police said, and violently shook him, causing the child to be extremely fearful and crying and very upset. No, because there wasn't no man out there. That's why he did it.
That's it. Exactly.
Okay. The type, no woman, because there's some women just as dangerous as some men. The attack left scratches and abrasions around the boy's throat, and Marco was tracked down and taken into custody. Poirot said Marco openly admitted to attacking the boy and shockingly said to suggest the boy deserved what happened. He basically told a police officer, yeah, I know what I did. I needed to teach him a lesson. You can see from the video that you have a fully grown, tall, large man against this young, helpless child. So yes, absolutely, this child could have been seriously injured. That's from the police officer. They were appalled at him. Yeah. So again,
with you, Connie, he would have got the beat down.
Yeah. So again, he thought he had a right to put his hand on somebody's child.
And that's the emboldened society that we live in. People.
Oh,
they have a right to do that, and you don't.
Anita, I'm pretty calm. But baby, I would have windmill him so quick he wouldn't even know what happened to him. I'd have took him to the ground because when I'm really mad, I'm pretty strong. I'd have took him down. But it was nobody there, and he knew it, so he took advantage of this kid. So if you're gonna teach somebody a lesson, you teach that little boy of yours how to stand up for himself. If you want to teach him a lesson,
I wonder where that little boy's father at, because I would probably have to hunt him down.
He wasn't there.
Shake him.
He wasn't there.
I know. I'm just saying, but I would have to hunt him down after the fact. And he's sitting up there because I think it was Alexis who posted it. She said he looks proud that he did it.
He did it.
And
yes.
I think it was kind of say he does have a smug look on his face, and that's the truth. He's looking like yes, I did it, and yeah I did it. I'm only going to get a slap on the wrist.
Oh, but that's okay. He'll get his come up.
Listen, God's eyes ain't closed though. You gonna get yours.
Because my favorite movie, The Mummy. When he asked him about, she told him, them nasty little men like you always get your come up. And he said, always. And she said, always. So he'll get his. Yes, he will. During his hide. He'll get it. How dare you teach? You don't need to teach. You teach
No,
your
it wasn't
son.
his son.
Well, your
Alexis,
son.
he was choking the son's friend because they got into some type of little dispute with a game, but they didn't even throw blows. But he took it upon himself to go and grab the little boy and shake him like a rag doll.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's what entitled. That's what you talk about. People entitled. That's
exactly what it was.
Well, you think you put your hand on somebody else's child.
Makes me hot. I'd have had to deal with him. I'd have had to deal with him. Lord have mercy, Jesus. And that I'd have hit him so hard, he'd have been looking around like,
oh my God. But he knew that he done that because there wasn't nobody there.
Exactly.
That's what happens. That's when 9 times out of 10, nobody's there. When they
kids have cell phones and somebody recorded you, dummy.
Another kid got it all.
All right, fellas, come on, take us to the next one.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Hot.
Hot as fish grease.
Okay. Jeez. Girl, that thing, it made my head sweat. All right. Several Black employees alleged in a lawsuit at General Mills permitted a racially hostile work environment run by a fraternal group of white male supremacists who harassed, intimidated, and deemed the Black workforce at a Georgia plant. The lawsuit obtained by Atlanta Black Star states that the company ignored complaints for years about a group of white managers and human resource administrators who formed a group dubbed Good Old Boys and systematically enforced discriminatory policies and practices against Black workers at a factory in Covington, Georgia. According to the suit, members of the group used false manufactured evidence to take adverse disciplinary action against Black employees, used false information to demote Black workers, and retaliated against Black employees for filing HR complaints, reporting racial discrimination. The suit goes on to say that the group also believed that the company use of imagery associated with Ku Klux Klan and the Confederacy kept Black people in their place, quote unquote, and intimidated Black workers into staying silent about the discrimination at the plant. The Good Old Boys group, who allegedly encouraged racist white employees to harass and mistreat Black employees and routinely treated white plant workers more favorably than Black workers. The 8 Black plaintiffs who sued the company documented in their claim numerous instances over the last 20 years, which they were terrorized, harassed, and egregious incidents of racism that were ignored by General Mills. In 1993, a noose was left on one Black worker's desk. And the year after that, he was told to go back to Africa. He reported incidents to HR, but no disciplinary measures were taken. The same worker also consistently passed over for promotions given to less qualified individuals. In the early 2000s, the word coon was written on another Black employee's work forms, and his initials were scribbled on the wall of a factory restroom with the phrase KM is a effing N-word. Sometimes around 2006, he found KKK etched into his lunchbox and was ordered to submit a handwriting sample to prove he didn't write it. Oh my God. The suit also states that one Good Old Boys manager called Black people colored well beyond the 1990s, and that another told one plaintiff that women should be at home having kids. Other plaintiffs also noticed that they were passed over for promotions despite having more experience and education than other candidates, or were fired or demoted after white managers falsified information about their work performance. The suit demands a jury trial, a dissolution of the Good Old Boys group, and the compensatory and punitive damages for the plaintiffs who suffered emotional distress, mental anguish, and loss of enjoyment of life. Wow, that's a lot, General Mills. I don't eat y'all cereal anyway, but man, I mean, this is America.
Yeah,
land of the free, home of the brave, bull crap.
But they didn't ever think there would be any repercussions, though. See, they've been doing it for a while, but this is time for unveiling, and people, all that stuff was done in the dark. Y'all been nasty, and I know people say, "Why you work there?" Because they needed a job. That's why they work, and they shouldn't have been harassed. They shouldn't have. And
you know what? Like she brought up, she said, "Where were these Black folks?" I honestly don't know any that would go for any of this. And the thing is, they weren't. They were complaining. They were complaining and they were reporting, but they were being ignored. And then sometimes you're a person who's working, in quote unquote job. I always say a job is, job is a job. A career is different. When you have a career, you have a little more standing. That's why I always encourage these kids, if you don't have a skill, get an education, do something, because just working on a job, you're liable for layoffs and firing and discrimination, all kinds of things. Your rights are less than when you're hired as a person who's coming into a career position. So, people who working on these factory jobs support people, in rural areas and stuff like that. And of course, they are definitely going to be doing this. And they've been doing this for years. This goes far back.
Yeah.
Far, far back. They've been doing this for years and years and years. We're talking like way before the 90s. And, in some of these cases. And they just documented on this article all the way back to the 90s. But this stuff went way back. Some of these people are elderly and some people haven't worked for the company in years. And that's just the truth. But you know what? God's eyes, they're not closed. He's not asleep. One of the best lines Betty ever wrote in any of her songs. God rest her soul, Betty, right? But she said, God's eyes are not closed. He's not asleep. He's watching every move you make and every secret you keep. You think it's a secret, but the Bible says what's done in dark comes to light. And it's more stuff coming to light now than ever before. Your thoughts?
That's right. It don't matter. One of the preachers, one of the prominent preachers, he said his sins from the past came back to haunt him. He didn't say what sin, and I guess that's his business. But it's from way back. So listen.
And if it's haunting you, it's haunting you.
Yeah.
But you know what? General Mills, I don't eat y'all cereal anyway because it's toxic. I'm a Cascadian Farms girl myself, so
oh my God,
that's just what I eat. But this is what y'all get. But I'm glad that the people finally got heard, and we get them.
Yeah, and I hope they get lots and lots and lots of money. Because they was running the show.
Exactly.
They was running the show, and maybe the big company managers may not that own it. I've already been always spoke my mind. I tell them, they keep the job and shovel it. But everybody don't have, they won't do that.
Right.
They for whatever reasons. It's not necessarily a bad thing. People have to do what they have to do.
That's true. All right, fellas, come on.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Coming down, y'all.
This is I love her. I think she's amazing. This chick here. Tonda Thompson is a woodworker and a general contractor in Milwaukee. But that's just one part of her ongoing and transformative work. Thompson has a history of turning challenges, big and small, into opportunities. See, I love that. Your challenge to opportunity for growth for herself and her community. After the death of her infant firstborn, she shifted her focus from a career as a runway model to advocating for better health care for Black mothers and infants. Sometimes things have to happen to you. I don't know what I like to be saying stuff, but sometimes life will happen to cause you to find where you're supposed to be. More recently, Thompson created the Slings Wood, a custom furniture business with the secondary goal of teaching women woodworking skills. She showcased her work and that of her students at She Slings, I love that wood, on Instagram, and encouraging community involvement in her classes. She shares more about her work and life below. It was from the below. When my son was 3, he thought he was Mickey Mouse. He always wanted to stand on his glass table and dance, and I was scared it was going to break. At that time, we didn't have any money to buy sturdy furniture, so I decided I would learn how to make it. She said, I watched YouTube, built the table, posted on social media, and it went viral. COVID had just started, and she had a videography business that was suddenly because COVID stalled. So I started making furniture for other people. Along the way, I realized that what a therapeutic form of art it was, building tables and then porches, decks, and fences. When the unrest happened later that year, 2020, even though I was used to being a racial justice person, I decided to let the young people march while I stayed in my garage. And she said, I ended up buying a commercial building with the money I raised from selling tables, y'all. I just found her amazing. The commercial business that I created to teach skills and provide resources to the community. My business, Vogue Dream, teaches and provides video services. She slings wood host classes, teaching and providing finishing and construction carpentry services. The business also sells home furnishings in the building retail storefront space. And she's got all of this because of life, what it happened. Then she's going to say then my nonprofit, the National Coalition for Healthy Black Families, uses it for meetings, spaces, and providing access to resources such as other jobs and mental and physical health connection. And this is the story of this amazing woman, Tonda Thompson.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. I mean, sometimes in that, which I know you can attest to this, that sometimes, you know, in life when we are facing certain things, we don't realize some talents and gifts that we have until we just actually do it. You never knew that you could make anything until you started.
Yeah.
So Black girls rock, honey.
Black
do it. If you got an idea, do it. You know, my cousin recently, I had to call him though, because I've been looking at his stuff on Facebook. I'm like, is he still even driving trucks? Because he started building furniture. And he's been building furniture left and right like crazy. Every time I turn around, he's putting up like armoires and all kinds of stuff that he's built, dining tables and just all kinds of stuff. It's amazing. Just awesome.
Yeah.
It reminds me of what we discussed today, Mom.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Work it, honey. That is such an encouraging story, especially for entrepreneurs and people with business ideas. Listen, just because the business ideas you started didn't work in one season, it might work in another. And if you had that one, guess what? There are 10 or 12 more. Don't stop. Keep moving. Keep moving into something. I love it. I love it when I see stories like that.
Yes.
All right, fellas, come on, take us to our last one. Come on, take us on in.
Moving. We keep it moving.
Told y'all we like to end off with a little dose of Black history for ya. Yes. All righty. This is our last tea time topic. And this one is another. I mean, we always have good topics though.
Mm-hmm.
Doris Miller, born on October 12th, 1919. In Waco, Texas. His parents, Henrietta and Connery Miller, had 4 boys total. Miller was athletic. He played fullback for Moore High School in Waco. After high school, he decided to enlist in the Navy, where he became a cook. Following his training in 1939, Doris Miller was assigned to his USS Pyro, an ammunition ship based in Norfolk, Virginia. In nearly 1940, he transferred to massive battleship USS West Virginia. In terms of his ordinary duties, Miller, like other African-American soldiers of his day, was generally relegated to service-based roles on ships. The Navy did not allow sailors of color to enlist in combat roles. Even with this blatant racism on board, Miller served his ship proudly as a ship's cook. After brief training and gunnery school aboard the USS Nevada, that training would prove vitally important later on. He returned to West Virginia in early August 1940. Miller's ship eventually found its way to Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, as a part of Pacific Fleet. It was at Pearl Harbor that Doris Miller made his mark on American history. Doris Miller date with destiny. He arrived on duty at 6 a.m. He started by starting breakfast for the ship's officers. He was doing laundry below decks when general quarters sounded. When he arrived on deck, Miller found his gun was damaged by a Japanese torpedo. An officer ordered Miller to carry the wounded off the main deck. Miller's former role was as a fullback in his high school football team suited him well. After rescuing several shipmates, all while the bombs and torpedoes were exploding in Pearl Harbor, he was ordered to evacuate Captain Mervyn Binion off the bridge because he was wounded. The captain refused to abandon his post, and he died from his wounds. Undaunted, Doris Miller and 2 other crewmates loaded 2 50 caliber Browning anti-craft machine guns. One crew member fired one, while Miller, despite having no training on these guns whatsoever, fired the second. The third crew member went between both guns to load them. Miller described it like firing machine gun at incoming aircraft. It was hard. I just pulled the trigger and she worked fine. I had watched others with these guns. I guess I fired for about 15 minutes. I think I got one of those Jap planes. They were diving pretty close to us. News of Doris Miller's bravery took time to reach the upper echelons of government. On December 15, 1941, the Navy released its commendations for actions in Pearl Harbor. The list included one unnamed Negro. It wasn't until March of 1942, at the behest of NAACP, that the Navy recognized Miller's heroism. The United States needed good news and heroic deeds following the bombing of Pearl Harbor, and Miller was one such story. Senator James Meade of New York introduced a bill and to award him the Medal of Honor, but that effort failed. Doris Miller received the Navy Cross, the second highest award for military service, for his actions on December 4, 1941. Sadly, he died in action on November 24, 1943, aboard USS Liscombe Bay on the Pacific Ocean.
Wow.
You know, something, it's like you intentionally left him out of, you know, back then, I guess they viewed it different until they realized, oh, we could push them on the front and they get killed before we do. Because that was happening in the Civil War and some of the other wars. But at one point, they wouldn't let them fight. They didn't consider them smart enough to fight, that they could clean, they could cook, they could do all the other stuff, but they couldn't fight. And then here he was having to save the day.
Save the day, did. And they could not give him the award that he was, you know, that he was entitled to. And they just unnamed. I'm like, my God, this man saved hundreds. They were talking, when you really read his story, he was amazing.
Yeah, he was.
And
he really was.
Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, he's still recognized years later. Exactly. That was in 40.
All the way in 2024.
Yes.
He's recognized right here on Can We Talk. That's a blessing. So we definitely give him the movement thumbs up. Yeah. That's a great story. All right, good people. Well, that concludes our broadcast for tonight. We've come to the end. But before we leave, I want you to do a few things for us. The video that you're watching is either on one of the many platforms that actually moved. Instagram went off about maybe 10, 15 minutes ago or so. It only lasts an hour, but there's nothing we can do about that. But you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or X, formerly known as Twitter, or you were watching on Instagram. Please make sure you subscribe, like, and share to all of our channels. We want to see those thumbs up. We want to see you liking and sharing it across platforms. The other thing you can do is to sow a seed. You can sow via Cash App, that's $ Movement Worldwide, or Zelle info@Movement Worldwide, or become a monthly giver, a covenant partner by becoming a patron. Go to our website, movementworldwide.org. It will take you to, there's a link that says become a patron. That link will take you to patreon.com. Set up your account and set your amount. Most of our movers have set it for more than we asked for. We asked for $12 a month. That's only 40 cents a day, $2.80 a week. So please, man, please, sir, sow good seed into good soil. We always pray that it returns to you 100-fold. And the video the acronym, excuse me, and that logo that is above Annette's head, follow us on all social media platforms at Movement Worldwide. And also you can email us your thoughts, views, comments, praise reports, prayer requests, topic ideas to info@movementworldwide.org. You know, different one. Somebody. Oh, he was amazing. That's what it was. I was like, there's another comment. I missed it. All right. So please do all of those things. Now, let me give you a little rundown of what we have going on all week.
Break it down, Anita.
Let me just get my nose a little bit here. Let's run a little bit. So I'm gonna break it down a little bit. I want all of y'all to do this for me. Go to AnnetteLAnderson.com and just check it out. Just check it out. AnnetteLAnderson.com. But she graced us with her presence on Tuesday nights. Her and the pastor, Leonard Anderson, pastor and first lady, they be da da Buddha, da da da. She be like this, Buddha, Buddha. So they grace us with their presence for on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. with TNT with the Andersons. What's TNT? I'm glad you asked. It's TNT. That's Tuesday Night Talk, where we take flight and soar. That speak, orate, articulate, and
popping. You popping, pop locking.
Reverberate. Yes, girl. Probably see it. Took it slow. And then I'm gonna pass it to you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, look at you. Oh, she got it. So that's Tuesday nights without fail, 8 p.m. And then next Wednesday, join us right back here for Can We Talk? Listen, we're here every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. live. You can join us for our threefold conversation, which starts off with our idioms and phrases, those things that make you go, That's our transformational topic. And then we rip the band-aid off and have the heart to have conversation, the power tool. And then we go from the good, bad, and the ugly, keeping it light, but keeping it real. And a small dose of Black history with our tea time topic.
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram, and soon to come our website. And then we have some stuff coming back, y'all. But please, for all things movement, text the word movers to 954-820-5050. What? 954-820-5050. What? 954-820-5050. What? 954-820-5050. Thank you very much. I wrote that, and you all can catch me on YouTube and on Instagram.
She definitely wrote that.
I'm humbled. All right, now. And then on Sundays, we're coming back. We're coming back soon, y'all. We promise, with Power Walk Sunday, where we inspire and motivate you to walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction, where there is always, say always, Annette.
Always.
Always a word for you. Your last thoughts, Annette.
All right. Well, my last thought tonight, me and Anita both had our topics, and they kind of, they went together. You have to write your own, because you know why? You're going to need a reality check. So just know.
Write your wrongs. Get that
Write
reality
your wrongs.
check. That's it.
Because you need a reality check. Yes.
All right, then. Well, we've given a rundown. We've gone through everything, and we love y'all. But I'm so glad we had this time together. But we gotta go. We love y'all, but we're going to give y'all some love right now and some kisses. And we will see y'all the next time, good people. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.
Walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction with Power Walk Sunday. Each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on multiple platforms. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbwell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with the Andersons. Each and every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live on multiple platforms. For more information and other services, visit AnnetteLAnderson.com. Your faithful co-hosts, Annette and Anita, along with the best mods this side of heaven, are live on Clubhouse in the Movers and Shakers house with Operation Manifestation every Friday night at 8 p.m. You don't want to miss this fiery conversation. If you don't have your copy yet, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. Another milestone reached. Get your copy of The Wow Effect by Anita Faye Wilson, available on all platforms, or you can visit AnitaFayeWilson.com. And you can always catch us live on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. for Can We Talk? Join us with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Get yours today. They're $15, and that includes shipping. Sow good seed into good soil. You can sow a seed into Movement Worldwide via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, Zelle at info@movementworldwide.org, or by becoming a patron. You can visit our website at movementworldwide.org, click the red button, go to patreon.com, and set up your account today. And remember to follow us on all platforms. Like, subscribe, click that notification button, and don't forget to share.